Golf Show. With your hosts, PGA professionals Jordan Young, Mike Fay, Brian Cairns, and WJR's own Sean Belegian.
You know, there is a lesson to be learned if you're paying attention to the BMW Championship right now. Yes, you too can have that brutal first round, shoot a 95, and then hope and pray for an 89 in just a couple days. These guys are on a different level. That's exactly what we saw happen, at least in pro terms. Jon Rahm shoots a 75 the first day, blisters the course today with a 64, and I still haven't seen the shot yet. My guess is our guests have seen the shot, and I'll welcome each of them in. Mike Fay, Jordan Raw Young, I do want to get into that raw part, and BC as well. Fellas, quite
than most.
turnaround for Rahm, but my goodness gracious, DJ with some late heroics there on 18.
Crazy. I mean, we're watching here. I told you guys it's probably about a 30-footer, and, you know, it's downhill slider a couple different ways, and, you know, you're thinking he's going to get it up there about a foot or so, and sure enough, he snakes it down there, and I'm like, oh, boy, it's going in. Sure enough, drops in. Rahm shakes his head, and here we go into a playoff. So I'm sure they're going over the usual rules and regulations, and they'll be going here in the next 5 minutes.
Well, what, Mike, about a 40, 45 footer? It's interesting. I've seen some places online. Some people are saying 40. Some people are saying 45. From the sounds of it, Mike, not an easy putt regardless.
No, it was over 2 mountains and a river, I think. It was pretty good. One of the things I enjoyed watching was Rahm's reaction for the entire hole, and this is a lesson to be learned for everybody. For the entire hole, he was already on the range warming up, expecting DJ to make birdie. And, you know, pretty cool stuff. Now he's got driver out and just ripping it. So, yeah, it's going to be fun here for a playoff. Sudden death.
These two guys going at it. Crazy.
It looked like it was DJ's tour. I mean, really, he was in control, and this is how quickly things can change. I mean, my goodness gracious, do the math. You know, here's a guy that shot 6 under today and is only 4 under for the tournament and tied at the leaderboard. I mean, lessons all around, fellas.
BC, you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
All right.
Oh, you're waiting for me to talk?
No,
okay.
you know, it looks like you got a little haircut there, but, you know, did you get a chance to watch the end?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. I mean, the guy just sleepwalks through life and makes you know. No big deal. But Rahm's the real deal, as we know. But he made another bonehead mistake today. But
let's talk about
so
that.
be it.
Yeah, forgot to mark his ball. I mean, just in case somebody isn't up to date with what happened, forgot to mark his ball, had to take the penalty stroke. And I mean, how often have you seen it, guys, where, you know, you think to yourself at the moment, maybe it's not going to affect me. How many times have you seen it affect somebody like it did today?
I don't know. I mean, I've done some stupid things in the golf course, but I've never picked my ball up accidentally. I'm not fond of some other things I've done, but I haven't done that. But it's crazy what you're seeing these days, and what can happen, and what you can be penalized for. I don't know, BC. I mean, what you've seen some crazy things. Have you picked your marker up before in the green?
All right, we'll try to reconnect with BC. He is in parts unknown right now. As a matter of fact, he is back. Jordan was asking you, BC, have you ever seen something like that before with Rahm earlier?
Yeah, I actually won the match play one year. The guy that I was playing picked up his coin and the ball.
Did you give it to him?
No, he was 1 down on 17 green, and that kind of ended the match. I shook his hand. I'm like, that a boy. Thanks for that. Bye-bye.
I'm sure he had a good comment back.
Well, I chipped one in from, an impossible place, and I kind of went did the hailer, went around the green, but he kind of got lost in the confusion and just picked up his coin and put it in his pocket. I'm like, oh, okay. I mean, it happens.
I've seen guys not move their coin back when they move it over a little bit, things like that, and that causes some problems and penalty, obviously. But I don't understand how you just pick it up. It's crazy.
I did it in the athletic club. Ben Crane. I asked him to move it 2 to the right. He did, and then he moved it 2 more to the right because he thought he moved it back, and that was it. I went, did you move it back? He's like, yeah, I moved it 2 to the right. I'm like, no, you got to move it 2 more to the left to get back to where you were.
I'm already lost.
I'm like, yeah.
I'd be moving it the wrong way too.
Yeah, and I lost the scorecard. It was kind of a mess anyway. You know the deal. But
what do you guys attribute that to, Mike? I'll throw this to you. What do you? I mean, obviously, the guy's one of the best golfers in the world. You know, he has been number one. But as BC said, that there have kind of been some bonehead moments. What do you attribute that to? Is it just lack of concentration? Is it, how do you get that element out, so to speak? If it happens once, that's one thing, but it's happened a few times. And, I guess the point that I'm trying to make is, what do you do about that?
Not paying attention, right? I mean, I think it could be nerves. It could be a lot of different things, but not paying attention. I mean, we're teaching young kids how to do this stuff, right? From an early age, how to mark a golf ball, how to do all this stuff, and how it's so important to the rules of golf, right? And I mean, you get things going and you're thinking about different things and not thinking right. And next thing you know, and I can guarantee you he won't ever do that again.
Yeah, no doubt about that. Go ahead, Jordan.
Guys, I have a trend from the event. You got a lot of obviously top players, but Rahm, DJ, Matsuyama, Finau, Kokrak, all these guys finished in the top 6, and they're all bombers.
Long.
I've played the South course. I haven't played the North course.
Brutal.
I know it's really tough, but it's interesting how all these guys bomb it. And they're all right there, and it's kind of cool to see these guys. They're just showing the replay on TV right now of Rahm picking his ball. He didn't even put a coin down; he just picked up and gave it to his caddy.
No,
on the green, crazy.
Yeah,
but I know exactly where it is. It doesn't matter.
Yeah,
it doesn't matter.
As Jordan mentioned, Olympia Fields, Illinois. There is a South course. There is a North course. The North course has a reputation, BC. I think you used the word brutal. I think amongst the pros, it has a pretty darn good reputation. And people, it's challenging, but it has that reputation.
You got
it's
5
brutal.
guys under par. Only
It's
5
brutal.
guys under
And
par.
then they added length to it. It's like stupid brutal now, I guess it could be. But I guess they're just keeping it in par with there's Rahm blowing it in the rough on the right, but they're just keeping in par with how far these guys are hitting it. So I guess it's the same places they hit it 30 years ago. Not a big deal.
Yeah.
BC, it looks like they did not cut the rough for a week.
They topped it off. I heard it was worse last week, but they topped it off just to even it out, look good on TV. But it's like, wow.
Oh, DJ looks like he might have hit it in the left trees.
Oh, he double crossed it. Yeah.
Oh, it kicked into the middle of the fairway.
Oh, that's what it should do, shouldn't it?
Got a BC kick. Oh, but it went in a divot.
Oh,
isn't that ironic?
God, how about that?
All right, we'll keep you up to date with what is going on in Illinois. Let you know what's going on in the LPGA. Mike Fay brought up an interesting point about next week that we're going to have to talk to the powers that be about as well. So much to get into. Glad you can join us wherever you may be tonight. If you're listening the old-fashioned way on 760 WJR, we appreciate it. If you're watching us on Facebook Live as well, hello and thank you as well. Spin on Golf on a Sunday night right here, 760 WJR.
Just like Tiger's putt at the TPC, Sean.
Yeah.
The one that went better than most. Same thing. Went down, over a hill, a little left.
Where's Ray? Or no, Ray's on, or is he off?
Yeah, he
Templeton.
stays off. Yeah, he stays off, but he's there.
I take myself off.
Yeah.
There he is.
Where were you?
Come on,
we needed
two.
the video. We needed the DJ video. Come on.
Jordan,
DJ.
The DJ putt. The one he made on 18. See if you can pull it up.
All right, I will.
PGA Tour
Over
Production.
Two
Just
Mountain.
play everything live on Facebook. What the heck, right? Right.
Jordan, the FedEx Cup ends next Monday. It's almost like we're on Sunday. I wish we could talk Marcelo to putting us on Monday, you know?
Labor Day.
Yeah.
Yeah, but aren't we on the following week or no?
Yeah,
No, we're
I mean,
not.
he told us we can keep going if you guys want to
Yeah.
keep going. I think it's smart to go to the Masters, for goodness sake, as much as
yeah.
you can.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
like
Why not? Who cares?
Does anybody have a list of who qualified for next week? Because I want to know who got in at the end there. I know
Billy
Horschel.
Horschel, last man in.
Well, he's listed at 33 right now. With
He's at 30. That's not the final
Oh,
projected
so-
number.
so he must have beat out.
Mike,
Oh, wait a
exactly what
second.
you were talking about is why I don't think the tournament up while we're on doing this, because if I had the tournament up, I'm just not concentrating. So
I
that's
understand.
like, literally, I have to turn the monitor off, and I have a TV to my right. I could be watching. No way, I'm done. I'm useless. So I have to police myself.
Marshall said he'll work on Monday.
Yep. He'll work on it. Yeah.
Yeah.
How about this kick? It doesn't go in the fairway. It goes backward 40 yards in the fairway. There it goes.
Well, he hit driver 6-iron on the par 5 at 605 yards.
Well, doesn't everybody? I had driver 3 wood 6-iron on that.
Yeah, I
same hole.
eventually hit driver 6-iron. It's just the
Good
second
God.
shot I throw in an 8-iron or 9-iron.
What the hell?
Ray, let us know if you find that video as well.
You can see his ball, Rahm's ball. He's got a good
I will.
line.
I'm still trying to find it.
It's got to be on Twitter.
I'll find it.
Marshall
Send
says
it.
8 p.m. special.
Dude, I'd do it 8:00 next Monday. Are you kidding me? I'm not doing anything.
Yeah.
Be in
Whose
Chicago.
phone is that? On air that's beeping.
It's not mine.
Not I.
Nobody can hear it?
Yeah, I heard just sounded like buzzing.
Right in the middle of the
Welcome back to the Spin on Golf Show. Now, back to your hosts, PGA professionals Jordan Young, Mike Fay, Brian Cairns, and WJR's own Sean Belegian.
Well, we always appreciate you guys joining us. Appreciate all the work behind the scenes as well, starting with Jeff Marcero, Eric
Cool.
Dorch, and of course our producer. I mean, so many different titles we can give him, but our engineer producer certainly would be one of them, Ray Templin, who shortly is going to get the putt up for us. But BC, I know you wanted to chime in.
You know who Ray looks like is the Ghoul.
The Ghoul.
Do you remember the Ghoul? For all your
course I
older
remember the
viewers
Ghoul.
out there, the Ghoul. Look at Make Faye and Jordan looking at me like, who is the Ghoul? Hey, Ray,
There
the
he is.
Where's
Ghoul.
Froggy? I need Froggy.
Yeah, right.
Hiya.
Oh, boy. Now it's getting bad.
Anybody in the Detroit area is laughing right now. Anybody that grew up in the Detroit area is laughing right now.
Oh,
Those big boy eating contests used to make me cry. I don't know why I found that so funny as a kid. Oh my goodness gracious.
classic. I had to stay up late enough to watch the Ghoul.
Yeah, legend, no doubt about it. Of course, we are waiting to see that video. We
There
are
it is, Jordan.
playing extras, as a matter of fact. I do not have a monitor, so I'm waiting. I'm kind of looking at their faces on Facebook Live right now to see if there's a reaction from Mike or BC or Jordan in what is going on in Chicago.
Yeah, they're approaching the shots. They're kind of, DJ's in the fairway. He must be hitting first. They're kind of getting there. They've hit out up to the greens.
Yeah,
Something
DJ
happened
Hill in the
with
middle of the green.
Yeah. I didn't see where Rahm went, but they both have putters in their hands.
Same
I
thing.
know it's interesting. BC, you weren't with us yet, but we were. I brought this up to both. All right, here's a look at the putt. Before BC, I want to throw something your way. Here is DJ's putt to send this to extras.
First, when he hits it, you're thinking, wow, it's short, but it's really downhill.
Oh, man. It's like
Jeez.
crazy slope.
Dead center.
Boom.
Oh, he even pulled the Larry Bird. Put the number
Love
one
it.
finger up before
Put
it
the
went.
number one up.
It's the
You gotta
most
do it.
emotion DJ's had in 10 years.
Yep, since he tumbled down the stairs at Augusta.
Yeah.
There it comes. There's the
Oh.
finger.
Gotta
Gotta
love
love
the
him,
finger.
though. Gotta love him.
Oh,
These
is that unbelievable?
These two guys are probably the most, I like these guys. These guys are cool dudes, both of them, right? One's a little younger than the other. They're both power players. They're both pretty hot right now. Rahm's trying to come into his own. I think he won at Muirfield, right? DJ posted a couple 80s at Muirfield, then torches everybody last week. And, plays good again this week. These are two fun guys to watch.
It's a tough
Like
two
I
putt.
said, driver 6-iron from 605, like it's a driver wedge hole. Crazy how good these guys are, and crazy how far they hit it.
It's like watching James Pite at the Bear today.
BC, I wanted to ask you, I brought this up to these guys, and maybe this is something that, I could get thoughts from all you guys now that we're actually on, but Rory has just been a guy. I mean, there's no other way to say it. It's not like he's stinking up the joint or anything. He's kind of been a middle of the pack guy all through the season. Are you noticing anything about him? Because I remember the talk before the season started, hey, Rory's going to roar back. There was a lot of that talk heading into the season. He's just been a guy. Are you seeing anything?
Money. What do you do
Uh-oh.
when you make 30, 40, 50 million a year after year after year?
Somebody just made
about a 60-foot bomb.
And it looked very similar to DJ's putt.
Wow.
Oh,
This
it was
was more spectacular.
That was a bomb.
I feel like we're live tweeting right now, but we're not tweeting. We're not so live, letting people know what's going on with the BMW Championship. So Rahm just hit about a 60-footer.
40.
Let's just say it was 50. It was a good 60.
60, 70.
Double breaker, and just as impressive as DJ's. But
it went right
in
the slam, the flag stick down. Wow.
And he is excited. Let's just say he's really excited.
There's a couple of fist pumps.
Now, if DJ makes it, hey, I mean, come on.
I'm
This
going
is
to jump in
ridiculous.
Torch Lake if he makes it. I'm done.
Yes.
Unbelievable.
That putt was twice as far as DJ's.
No kidding.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, twice as far for sure.
See, this is killing me because I confessed to these guys during the break, I can't leave the monitor on. I'm that guy that Mike Fay was talking about earlier. I got to concentrate because if I have the monitor on, my head's going to be turned like this to the viewers on Facebook Live, and you're just not going to get anything out of me. So I'm making action.
Well, let's talk a little bit about the scenario here because, I mean, DJ now, he just made the putter. He's thinking he's going to make this. I mean, he can't be thinking anything else. He knows the speed. It's a different line. He's got the feel. He's got to make it, right? Was he thinking that Rahm was going to make the bomb? Probably not. He's probably thinking, well, we're probably going another hole or two. But he's got to switch gears here and see if he can roll this in and tie him.
You're giving DJ a lot of credit for thinking ahead. Come on.
But here it goes. Putts on the way. It looks a little
no chance.
slow. He leaves it about a foot short. No, a couple inches short.
Yeah.
Pretty impressive there. Pretty impressive.
Unbelievable.
What a finish.
Wow. Game.
What a putt. It's going to be one of the best putts I've seen in a playoff ever. That was ridiculous.
That we got to get video of that. The second that we have video of that, I'll make sure that our fine engineer Ray Templin gets that up because I'm guessing, like so many of you, I have not seen it. Not seen it yet. Clay asked, "What's the cut for the FedEx?" We were trying to figure that out ourselves. When we get
even,
was it?
Yep, it was even par.
No,
Even
par. For the FedEx, you mean what the top 30?
Oh, Horschel.
Right.
I believe Horschel, but we're going to get an updated here.
Yeah, we just had it on TV.
Yeah.
So we'll let you know, Clay. We appreciate you and everybody else chiming in on Facebook Live. But Rom, with just an incredible day. I mean, there's no other way to say it. As I said, here's a guy that to start this tournament shoots a 75, comes back, pumps a 64 in, and then by the accounts of the fellas that have seen it, I haven't seen it yet, about a 60-foot
Jesus.
putt.
More I see it.
Win it.
It's like 72 feet.
Unbelievable.
Oh,
Unbelievable.
I can't wait to see this.
Unbelievable.
I cannot wait to see this. Programming note, we're working on a little something, seeing if we might be able to go on next Monday on Labor Day, because as Mike Fay, thankfully he's thinking ahead. As you pointed out, Mike, FedEx Cup ends next Monday. It would be great to be able to go on the air and talk about it next Monday as opposed to talking about it with a day to go.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah. LPGA today. I don't know. Do you guys know the reason why it was cut short? But Austin Ernst shoots an 8 under for the round, finishes the tournament at 20 under, and takes care of business. What was it? Weather related? Did you guys hear anything in regards to what happened with the LPGA tour?
I have not, but Austin played good today. 63 today.
Yeah, 8 under. Jeez.
Yes.
LSU?
2000, yeah, LSU, 2011 NCAA champion, making it happen.
And an American.
Mm-hmm.
3 of the top 4. How about that?
Yeah. So lots to get into yet. Of course, we're going to look ahead to next weekend. Don't forget about that. Obviously, we'll let you know what the schedule is for Spin on Golf next week. Go ahead, BC.
3-rounder because of the British Open last week, and they're playing soft greens. Bermuda, they were perfect. I mean, the scores he shot after playing firm greens the week before, windy, cold, and then they come back to 89, 90-degree temperature, and they're throwing darts. That's what happens when you give good players good greens and soft greens. Good night.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Want to get into Phil Mickelson as well before we get out of here. Jordan, I got to ask about the Raw thing. I got to, for Facebook Live users, there's Mike Fay, there's BC, there's Sean Belegian, and then Jordan Raw Young.
Sharp edges, baby. Tell the truth. No beating around the bushes. RAW, raw.
That's great.
What's raw?
Look at that. You can barely see him. He's so far away.
That is
Look at the 8. All you see is the 8. You don't see him. You see the 8.
Mm-hmm.
We are watching this shot. You've got to be kidding me.
Oh, yeah.
No, right in the middle.
Yeah.
I actually thought they were
middle.
showing a replay of DJ's putt, and I'm like, wait a second. This is live.
Wow. I mean, in anything you can do, I can do better. Just end to it. I mean, there's no other way to say it, because in case you missed it, you had DJ hit about a 45 footer to force it into extras. And then this thing, are you kidding? Look at that.
So that's like 2 Steph Curry half court game winner buzzer beaters in a back to back.
Oh, he buried that. My goodness gracious. Oh my goodness. Yeah, what do you do? DJ's kind of going, come on now.
Yeah.
What do you do over that? All right, more Spin on Golf coming. We'll talk about Phil, talk about the FedEx Cup. I know, BC, have you picked somebody out this week?
The FedEx Cup?
No, for your segment, the last segment of the show.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
I've got one.
Oh yeah. It might get a little political tonight, folks.
This should get open as well. Don't you go anywhere. Spin on Golf right here on 760 WJR.
Beckman will like it.
Michigan Open is sponsored by Turtle Creek Casino and Resorts. Is that
Owner of the Bear, yep.
Casino and Resorts?
Yep, they own the Bear. They own the Grand Traverse Resort.
That's for you, Sean. Rocket Mortgage. We've got to thank Rocket Mortgage for sponsoring us this year, the show.
Apparently,
Look at how
this
far this breaks. Look at this.
That's
I mean, it's
crazy.
got to break every bit of 12, 13 feet, and then
That is nuts.
How about the speed? The speed was perfect too. Like, come on. It was
Have you guys
fired
ever hit a
up.
putt like that?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Feels great.
I
Oh, feels great.
don't remember.
I played a lot of events with BC, and I've kind of, he's always like, when are you gonna do something stupid? I'm like, oh, right now.
Yeah, chip it
That's
in.
usually what it is. It's one of those like long, goofy putts or something.
Yeah.
Crazy. It's usually when you don't expect it, though.
Wow. I mean, it was going 4 or 5 feet by, but no big deal. It still would have been a good lag putt 4 feet away.
So no guest tonight. We can talk about the Michigan Open here too, BC.
That is insane.
After we get through Phil and what he accomplished and some of the guys that are coming on the Champions Tour and
Oh God.
and who you think might be kind of moving out or moving.
Well,
Like Longer. I mean, as good as Longer's been for a long time. How many times has he won this year? Not any. Once.
He's got one.
So I mean,
Days are numbered.
Yeah, I know. And you
Just
got guys
no
like
way.
Els and
Well,
Phil.
Retief's out there, Phil, but there's a lot of guys that won't play it. They're still competitive on the regular tour.
That's
Phil's
what I was going to
not going
ask.
to play it.
BC, that's exactly what I'm going to ask you guys on the air.
Furyk. I mean, there's other guys.
Well, Furyk's already won. No big deal.
Yeah.
He's done. I'm 1 for 1. I'm done. Yeah, Phil won't play. Phil's literally said he won't play. He didn't want to play last week in the tour event. That was like a little freaking mini tour event for him, and went and shot nothing.
I mean, Stricker, Els, Toms.
Stricker's playing.
How about Mike?
Tom's playing.
13th.
Yep.
65, 69, 68.
Gets 3 years, 2 years, because he's a major winner.
This year was his first season. Robert Carlson.
Boy, that's a big, strong boy.
And Petrovic.
Yeah, Petrovic's been there for a few years.
Man, I hate iPads. Just come on. You guys hear that?
Yes.
Yeah, it's Eric Spencer chiming in. I play with him today.
Oh.
And he lost the club, of course.
In the water? In the water?
I don't.
Hello?
Hello?
Yeah. He tossed it in the water or he just lost it?
No, he just lost it.
So
It's blaming me. It's my fault he lost his club.
the POW.
Welcome back to the Spin on Golf Show. Once again, your hosts, PGA professionals Jordan Young, Mike Fay, Brian Cairns, and WJR's own Sean Belegian.
Well, it's interesting. We mentioned Phil Mickelson, and I'm sure many of you know. If you don't, here it comes. Phil Mickelson went out and took care of business in his first senior tour event. Don't want to say he ran away with it, but it was Phil's tournament. He ends up winning by 4 strokes. And, it was interesting because we were talking during the break, fellas, there are a heck of a lot of good golfers that are going to be jumping on the senior tour soon. Now, I don't expect Phil to become a regular, and, there are going to be a few guys that can still get it done, but my goodness gracious, it's almost like a Hall of Fame class. And look at all these guys that we get to choose from, for potential Hall of Fame status. There's going to be a heck of a lot of really good golfers that are going to be up there for this senior tour.
BC, are you going to let Sean get away with
Champions
the senior tour?
Sorry.
Come on now.
Sorry.
We're not collecting
He
Social
takes
Security
offense
check
to
yet.
that.
I'm really offensive. I know I really feel like one, but man alive. Oh, by the way, I'm sitting here in this chair this morning here up at near Torch Lake, and I saw probably about a 600-pound bear go right in front of the window.
Oh, really?
Seriously?
Yeah, it was really cool. And I got
Yeah.
Matty Mans over there to to give it the thumbs up, like I wasn't imagining it. So it's a cool morning up here.
Did you go fishing with them?
Not yet. We haven't gone in there yet, but we will.
I'm talking about the bear.
Oh, the bear. No, stay over here and let the bear go over there.
Yeah, there's nothing
So-
quite like seeing one in the wild. I've had that opportunity as well. It's huh? You
So
can't believe
But
how
anyway, these guys in the Champions Tour, no, Phil's not going to play because he can still win the PGA Tour. That's what he believes. And some of the other guys, VJ believed that for a long time, but he's come to the realization that he can't win out there. But I mean, Phil can still compete on the PGA Tour, and he'll keep playing the PGA Tour until he firmly believes he can't. But you know what? The purses are going to have to severely go up. You know what? If Tiger makes a cameo out there, guess what the purses will be?
sure.
They'll be $10 million.
Tiger's not going to make any cameos out there. He barely plays in PGA Tour events. He's not going to go play a Champions Tour event.
Okay, I'll bet you that hat that he will play.
Okay. All
Hang
right.
on to it.
All right. Well, hey, Phil shot 61. That was the lowest debut, I believe, which isn't surprising, but 61. But you got Robert Carlson, Steve Stricker, Furyk, Els, David Toms, guys that you might not think, even a guy like Ken Duke, who maybe a lot of you guys don't know who Ken Duke is, but he's made a lot of money on the PGA Tour, and Marco Dawson, another guy.
Bulldog.
Calc's been out there a while, but Retief Guzin is out there full time now. We were talking about Longer at the break. Like, is it now time for a guy that's made so much money and won so many times on the Champions Tour to maybe move over and make way for other guys? What do you think, BC?
He's trying to chase Hale Irwin's record of most wins, but his time is running out because of the field starting to assemble. And if you don't have almost 11 million in earnings right now, you don't play the Champions Tour. It's pretty incredible. The Tiger money's starting to come into play.
I mean, Els is ranked number 3 in the Charles Schwab, and Longer's 1. Scott Perrell is 2.
Yep.
I don't know how many events they have left, but Jimenez is 5. There's guys that are in there that you might not expect, and I don't see Longer really giving it up, but this could be his last season to put a mark on it, and then almost move on.
Just when you think he's done,
yeah,
the guy just keeps on turning back the clock every year.
Sorry, go ahead, Sean.
No, Jordan, go ahead. Continue that thought because I want to bring up something new to this.
I would say, like, if you go over and transition to the PGA Tour, like, you're looking at some new guys now that are coming out. Like, is Rahm now moving into, and I'm just kind of throwing this out there, into like a Rory status, or where we didn't really know too much about Rahm 2 years ago, or is Finau going to move in and take over as a top 5 guy like a DJ has been the last 5-6 years? You just never know when these guys are just going to jump in like a Morikawa and just start being superstars and game changers. So interesting how it changes from the Champions Tour, PGA Tour, and how these guys move around and when they peak.
No, Jordan, perfect segue, because I wanted to ask you guys if over the course of the last 30 years, things have changed where guys can stay on the PGA longer and have success longer, like a Phil. Guys are taking better care of themselves. Certainly Phil's a perfect example of that. Before they make the BC Champions Tour, you are seeing guys kind of go back and forth and having a heck of a lot of success. Is that something that you guys have seen a lot in the last 30 years? Is it, attributed to guys taking better care of themselves, equipment? Is that a real thing?
Yeah, no doubt. The fitness has, that started 25 years ago. The real fitness freak guys went in that direction, and it's paying dividends for those guys who were well on into their career by then. I mean, Phil obviously didn't start that until the middle of his career, and he's paying dividends now, just like VJ did. VJ was a fitness freak forever, and he's staying competitive for a long time. Retief the same way. Ernie Els not so much. He's just a freak of nature, like Dustin Johnson. But There's John Rahm picking up his ball. Whoop, I forgot to mark it. What am I doing?
Again?
Yeah. Oh, well. But yeah, the fitness is definitely it. I mean, 100%. The ball and everything else, everybody else has that advantage too. But some guys would take a bigger advantage of it later in their life than others.
How
Boy,
about you,
didn't it
Mike?
seem like for years, guys, it always seemed like Tom Watson would put together that round or two and be in the mix, and you're going, he's 59, he's 62, whatever the case may be. And it's the staying power. You know, can the guy last over four and he'd kind of slide down and everything? But boy, I'll tell you what, Mike, that's something you're seeing more and more out of these guys is they're lasting longer and they're being highly competitive on both tours.
Well, there's no doubt that, as BC says, the Tiger money and all that stuff is important now. The fitness and the equipment and everything else these guys are doing, they will. If they keep themselves in good working order and hitting great golf shots, no doubt about that.
We've got Punk of the Week coming up. Jordan, I know you wanted to talk about the Michigan Open a little bit, Turtle Creek Casino and Resorts, and a special tip of the cap as well to Rocket Mortgage, who was awesome with us for their own tournament and awesome all week. But Jordan, I know you wanted to throw some thoughts out there about the Michigan Open.
Yeah, so Turtle Creek Casino and Resorts, big sponsor and partner with the Michigan PGA, and BC's up there playing this week. I decided not to play. I think I played in 24 of them. BC's probably played in 44 of them. But it's a huge event. You know, it's not our PGA championship, but it's an open championship, which means anybody can play. I think it's got a really good field this year. I don't know how many mini tour players or we'll call it, full-time players there are, but I guarantee you there's at least 20, 22. BC probably has that number. It's going to be
28.
tough. Bears a challenging course. I'm interested to hear from Brian how the course was today and what the weather's looking like.
Well, I think the Bears as green as I've ever seen it. They've whacked down a lot of the weeds. Thank you. And the greens are super soft. They got 2 inches of rain on Wednesday. Then we got some more mist and cold this morning. But boy, if 20 under doesn't win, I'd be surprised because of just playing with James Pye today, where he hit it and the little wedges he's hitting to some of the holes where I was hitting 5-iron or a head cover. The guys are going to tear it apart, unfortunately. But fortunately, this shows how good our state is. We've got some real good players. And I think there's 28 full-time players playing that I counted, and then you got a numerous handful of good club pros involved too. And then you got another dozen amateurs, like the Pyetts and the Spencers and the Champagnes, yada, 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 on top there. So it's going to be a good week, and it's going to dry out a little bit on Wednesday and Thursday, but, for some of us, it might be too late. But I'd look for low scores this week.
Mike, I know you wanted to throw some thoughts in.
Yeah, the wind always plays a big role. BC, is it going to get windy there at the Bear?
A little windy tomorrow afternoon, but pretty calm, 8 to 10 the rest of the week.
Okay.
Final segment of the week, including the Punk of the Week. Being told we have to stand by for that. Turtle Creek Casino and Resorts will certainly have our eyes on what's happening up there and really appreciate everything that they do for us as well. Final segment of Spin on Golf. It is a Sunday night. Glad you were listening on the radio on 760 WJR and checking us out on Facebook Live as well.
Good.
Perfect.
BC, where are you going with the Punk of the Week? You're going somewhere dark? Oh,
Yeah.
that's a good one to start the segment off right there.
Yeah, we need to start this segment off with that.
Yeah.
What is this?
This is
Mike-
a fantastic
Mike,
video.
You've been kind of shut out a little bit, so I think you need to start off with a serious golf tip and pretend like you're getting in there with a serious tip of ground force reaction, and then and then this will come in and it'll be great.
Oh,
I
awesome.
see this, Matt.
Okay. Does that sound good?
Everything looks
absolutely.
great. I'm envious of this kid. Watch.
Little heel pressure in your backswing.
Ray, just make sure you let Mike talk for like about 10 to 12 seconds before you bring this up, and then Mike can kind of, wing it. Okay.
It's gonna be awesome.
Oh, that club's
I can do
heavy. That club's heavy.
Before the POW, we'll have the TOW, the tip of the week.
That's
I
right.
like that.
We can do the tip of the week.
Hey, it's the cool. Did you like that little reference there, Ray?
I've actually done a couple of those shows with them.
Come on.
Oh,
Hey, Froggy.
phenomenal.
Froggy's over there.
Blowing Froggy up. Oh, just Mike, were you familiar with the ghoul at all? Was that up
Yes.
your way? Okay. Oh,
We also you got to pick a winner for the Michigan Open.
And he's from Ohio, too.
Oh, the ghoul was infamous.
Oh,
Michigan
yes.
Open winner.
Michigan Open winner. Ooh. Mm. Mm.
You don't have to pick it right now, but
Mm. Wow.
and the toughest hole maybe at the Bear.
My wife just
Yeah.
golfed that.
Your wife just played here?
Yeah. We were up there doing a remote up there, and my wife wanted to. It was her. She golfed it 25 years ago, and she goes, "I want to take on the Bear again."
Wow.
So she did. Well, I was out doing the remote with Guy Gordon, and she went up on the Bear and golfed 18.
Nice.
Good
Ray,
for her.
a favor and get a pair of glasses for next week and just take the lens out of one of them.
Yes. Dark lens.
And a big
no
furry
lens.
hat. I actually got a Gould
Yes.
T-shirt.
Oh,
I have a
Do you?
Gould T-shirt. Yeah, because it's actually signed too.
This is so funny that reference came up, that you're so
Because it's getting really long.
romanticized with the ghoul.
Sean, you promised you were going to have a punk of the week.
Welcome back to the Spin on Golf Show. Now, back to your hosts, PGA professionals Jordan Young, Mike Fay, Brian Cairns, and WJR's own Sean Belegian.
well, before we get to the time-honored Punk of the Week, we have a new segment today. There's Pow, Punk of the Week, and now there's Toe,
Toe.
W, the Tip of the Week. And Mike Fay
Acronyms.
is, as we know, Mike Fay has been recognized by our great state of Michigan for his teaching acumen. And we are going to, for our Facebook Live viewers,
Oh, God.
we are going to take a look at this beautiful swing, and then something goes horribly wrong. So, Mike,
Yes. Well, we have a young child here with a very big golf club in his hand. And I just wanted to show you guys, we can learn a lot from children here. When we take the club back, we're going to use the ground here, make a very big backswing, and push down on our right foot. And then this is your tip of the week. Make sure you don't have a golf club that's too heavy for you. Otherwise, you might fall down. And if you watch this, it's a mighty swing. And there's a lot of ground force reaction created at the top. And like the Eiffel Tower and the Leaning Tower of Pisa, we fall to the ground.
Was
But
that
we're okay.
that must have been like Sean this morning when you went and played, right, Sean?
no, listen, I'm telling you, we were talking about this, BC. It was, this is the perfect morning for me. It's 63 degrees. There's nobody out there. Just that the elements are right for me to hit a 95. So it's just a beautiful morning like that. But I think this kid might take me. Oh, by the way, if you're listening on the radio, the young lad was okay.
He's
He
okay.
just fell right on his face. No other way to
Just
say it.
grass.
Yeah, it's just grass.
It's just grass. We've all fallen on cement when we were a kid. No big deal. But grass, nah, just dirt.
Everything looked right, but Mike, I think the tip of the week is make sure that your club head isn't too heavy. I think that's fair.
right.
Absolutely.
And they're showing some replays of Tiger on there, and he just hit it all over the map this week. He really did. You know. Oh well.
like you said, BC, Horschel's the last. Cameron Champ 29, Hughes 8, Hovland 27, Cam Smith 26, DJ Rom, Thomas Simpson, and Morikawa 1 through 5 on the FedEx Cup list.
Pretty good, pretty good grouping there.
And they start with that
Yeah.
different scoring. So DJ starts at 10 under.
10 under, right?
And the last bunch of guys, Horschel, Champ, and all those guys started even. So basically, everybody's spotting Dustin Johnson. Well, not everybody, but the last 20 guys are spotting him 8 to 10 shots. And Rahm, Thomas, and those guys are giving them 2, 3, and 4 shots starting off. So that's how that whole thing goes. I'm not quite sure I agree with it.
No.
As BC mentioned, Tiger finishes tied for 51st at 11 over, 73, 75, 72, 71. Those were his rounds. I'm not going to play that. Does he have another win left in him? I don't know how anybody could ever bet against him. What are you guys seeing out of him though? When you watch him, BC, it sounds like you watched him a lot. What are you seeing right now? Is it still some health issues? Is it? I mean, there's so much going on with Tiger right now. Let's be honest.
I don't know if it's health or motivation. His kid's playing a lot of golf. He's probably loving that, the whole family life situation. And I don't know. You guys have kids. It's kind of a cool time of their life. And, Tiger's a human being. Let's do something different maybe. Yeah, he still loves it, but
he's not playing enough.
Sure.
He's not playing enough.
No, he's not playing enough. He might be at Medalist playing a lot with the boys, but it's not the same as teaming up in a tour event.
This year probably did not help him to have this big delay and everything.
No, and his years are winding down quickly because of all the abuse in the body, but it's too bad.
He can still win again. He can still win
I
again.
think so. 100%.
No way. Mike Fay?
Yes, Paul Azinger, I thought, made a pretty good point. You really think about it. Over Tiger's entire career, he's never played a round of golf without having 10,000 people walking with him. And it's highly unusual and for him to play in quietness, which is different. For us, it would probably be nice, right? But for him, he's used to it and drawing off of the crowd and getting fired up and things like that. I mean, there's a lot of things that are different right now with COVID going on. It's different. Not putting good. I know that. Not putting good.
Yeah. Yep. Great point there. All right, it is that time. The POW, the Punk, brought to you by BC. BC, who you got?
Well, all views shared here on this radio station are not necessarily those of the radio station, but by yours truly. Now, hold your hat, Mr. Beckman.
Boy.
I would say golf did not take a day off this week and protest something. Sports are supposed to be outside the political arena, and they're not supposed to make a statement. The NHL and the NBA, you are totally irrelevant to the sporting arena at this moment in history. Golf, very relevant, and great job, PGA Tour. Keep going. My punk of the week, the NBA and the AHL. All I can say. Punks.
BC.
Well, that makes the rest of ours pretty weak, right? Okay.
Yeah, where do we go? Jordan, did you have one?
Yeah, well, I was hoping to go first and leave BC for last because I knew his was going to be a little heavy. I was just going to nominate the guy that was on the short game area a couple days ago that just decides he's going to throw balls on the short game area from about 80 yards out for 8 hours and pelt 80-yard shots to the green. And just hit over people's heads for the whole day. I don't know what is with people, why you can't figure it out. If the turf is wet, hit short shots. If the turf is firm, hit longer shots. But please fix your ball marks. Wherever you go in the country, fix your ball marks on a short game area. Drives me nuts. Punk of the week.
Big time. And he gave me a couple F-bombs on the way out to boot. So he's definitely the punk. Good job, Jordan.
Mike, do you have one this week?
Well, I was actually going to be talking about that. You know, fixing your ball marks is pretty important, you guys, especially in the short game area where everybody hits balls too. So spend 2 to 5 minutes when you're done. Go fix as many marks as you can. Do your part to keeping it nice.
It's
Thank
not
you.
that difficult. It really is.
Exactly.
I'm going to go with John Rahm. You're one of the best golfers in the world. You nearly cost yourself a tournament today. Dude, get your head out of your behind. I mean, honestly, this isn't the first time. That's the thing. Just take your head and just take it right out of your butt, and you're going to have a great career. So, Mr. Rahm, you are the punk of the week.
Dust off behind the ball and get on with it, John. Let's go.
Good stuff, guys. Good stuff.
Last minute of the show, I can't believe it. Ray Templin, a.k.a. The Ghoul, actually found some Ghoul footage as well. I just thought,
Oh, no. No, there's Froggy.
I have no idea what that is, by the way.
oh, Jordan, listen, you need to
Oh, my, it's very creepy.
Unbelievable. Using the Froggy.
Oh, boy.
I can't believe what I'm watching.
This is too much, Ray. You can't do this to us. I can't
Oh,
watch.
Looks
yeah.
a little hot in studio there, doesn't it?
He's visiting Mr. Dentist right now.
Oh, boy.
There's nothing good that's going to come from that. I don't know how this ends, but I can tell you how it ends.
I'm out.
Good luck to all those in the Michigan Open. I'm gonna take Mr. Ben Cook again, our PGA champion.
I'll take Eric Lillebow.
All right. Hey, good luck to you guys. Until next week,
Yeah.
we'll let you know whether it be Sunday or Monday. Enjoy the week. We'll see you next time on Spin on Golf. See ya.
Peace out. PC. Oh,
Jordan, you need to look it up on YouTube.
is that like a Michigan thing? It's like,
Yeah.
oh.
Let me tell you something.
I thought you were
really
talking about the
could've been-
Ghoul, the WWF wrestler guy, and all that, not that guy.
Oh, is that funny?
It could have been one of the worst shows that you just kept watching over and over because there wasn't a whole lot of stuff on TV back
Oh, I
then.
thought you were talking
No,
about
it
our
wasn't.
show tonight.
Oh my God, Ray!
There's a lot out there. We got through.
Oh, man, it was good. It was good. It was
Yeah,
good.
it's just the roadmap. The roadmap helps, but we're getting to be pros. We can BS with the best of them.
No, I know.
Oh.
I know.
It's all good, dude. We're all busy.
BC with the punk of the week goes to the NBA and the NHL. We've lost all viewership.